they already have somewhere in place for the people that are homeless. Let me play some tape. But just log in some evidence a while ago. I can't play them. I mean, I'm going to give you guys context. You know I'm going to give you context. I'm going to give you date and I'm going to give you time. Alright? Alright. Oh. 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 Which phone? Which phone I was watching it on? Now this phone. Of course. Yeah. So the video them there. I saw so much video I watched a while ago. Oh yeah. Oh wow. No man. Mommy, which you're signing on your YouTube? Yeah. What the YouTube say? Bolo or no, but me just watch the video them a while ago. I know me can't find it. Me can't find the video them I wanna watch. That's the videos. I just pulled up some videos of Petersfield High. No. Listen, never mind. Just whatever. Sorry to bother. I don't understand it. That'll take me too much to explain. Exactly. Just make it stay on me. It's alright. I just watched the video. So the video is supposed to be in history. I just watched the two videos them a while ago. Come here and say, yo, let me find them video. Zane, the video is supposed to be in history. Alright. The videos are not in history. The videos them there, so. Alright. No worries. No worries. No worry about a thing. One Bob Marley. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. You know, some people, you have some people out there that like when I sing, you know. Yeah, you know yourselves, you appreciate when I sing. Come on in, people, like and share the video. Lord have mercy, baga. Can't take a baga, you know. Yeah, me movie. If baga nice, they may pass for the street. Can't take a baga sound system then. Be a baga. I don't hear the man them play some nice, clean music. You're not even have to play gospel music for you clean. Alright, hear this, ladies and gentlemen.
Shelter residents at the Petersfield High School in the parish are adamant they will not be vacating the premises until they're provided with materials to rebuild.
Their hardline stance comes a day before the shelter is scheduled to be closed.
This is 17 hours ago. This is 17 hours ago. The people them say them not leaving. 17 hours ago. What would give the people in a Petersfield where live them experience the idea that them have to leave Petersfield High School? That is a question that I have. Listening up.
So that work can begin to prepare the school to resume classes in a few days.
Oh, so work needs to begin to get school ready in a few days in January. So, up until 17 hours ago, it appears, ladies and gentlemen, that the people in Petersfield don't know where them going to go. Not my word. Listen.
Details in this report.
It is a race against time for residents at the Pitchersfield High School shelter in Westmoreland. The shelter is scheduled to officially close on Wednesday so that preparations can commence for the reopening of school in January.
It's scheduled to do what? Close on Wednesday. It is this come on TVJ News, so a TV just spread misinformation. What go on this in? Me go listen, me calm down, me go listen. But just want to highlight the point there. Me go listen. Hold on now. People, this serious enough. Like and share this video. Like and share this video.
Several alternatives were given by local government minister Desmond McKenzie to include a temporary site to house the residents. But what?
So, Desmond McKenzie gave a directive. An alternative, meaning say the school the shelter have to close because the school is the shelter, the school will restart. That's how it go. So the shelter have to close. So he's gonna give alternative. Now what happened to the alternative now? Context matter, now listen to this. This is 17 hours ago. Listen to this.
McKenzie to include a temporary site to house the residents. But when our news team visited the shelter this morning, it was business as usual. One man...
I want to look a baby that I see a lay down in one bed, ladies and gentlemen. A little baby. Alright? So it was business as usual. 17 hours ago. Listen.
Told TVJ News they are yet to get an update on what he described as empty promises.
No form of help.
So the people them were there in the shelter are telling us, say, yo, we don't get no update or some empty promise them. And not my word. Not my... Do you guys see why it is important to have a free press? You guys see why it's important to have a free press that is not controlled by government? This is why, you know. You hear directly from the people then. So if you guys don't want to believe the people are for the business, but you hear from the people then. Okay, good.
Forthcoming and the promises that they said still elusive. We haven't seen anybody to represent us, to talk to us. We haven't seen the MP. We don't have a councillor here in Petersfield. They said that the mayor is responsible. We haven't seen him. We haven't seen the MP. We haven't seen anybody from Parliament come to say, okay, all right, we have previous conversation, do a follow-up.
And so, the disgruntled residents told TVJ News they will not be leaving the facility.
We will come on for shelter go. You understand? We can't leave the shelter if we don't get material to rebuild one room or one 2 rooms. Remember, only people over here now. Mother and Pitney over here, everybody over here now. Woman over here with them 4 or 5 Pitney, we don't have nowhere to go. Where them all go with the Pitney? Them out the roadside.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness visited the shelter 2 weeks ago and reassured the residents that the government will provide transitional and permanent solutions and that grants will be disbursed to aid with their recovery.
Andrew fi come give some material. Andrew do things in different places, so warm to yourself. And you say a big shelter down at Westmoreland yourself. So we can't get some material to build house. Be promises and excuses. You see me? And false hope.
And with hours to go before the deadline to leave, uncertainty is right.
Before the deadline to leave. Not my word, Jesus have mercy, help me Lord. Nobody now gonna call me no mischief maker. Nobody now gonna label me in a Jesus name. Where the people in just say a while ago, listen what the people in say.
Be promises and excuses. You see me? And false.
Laurel, what's up?
And with hours to go before the deadline to leave, uncertainty is rising.
It is not fair. My mother is a victim. She is the main reason why I'm here. My mother lost everything. And this is not fair. We are somebody as well as them. I think these people are playing politics. And I don't care who is vexed when I talk the truth.
Not my word. Yo, Splash Digi, where you deal with? Yo, mama, Splash Digi self a big up. Not my word. Splash Digi, my people them from Portmore come see more there too, you know. Yeah, some of them. Come visit me over there. The past 3 place, yeah, you know? Yeah, man. But, not my word. The lady say, the people them a play politics and nobody can tell her nothing. Not my word, Jamaica, and me says so. And the people them will live it. Not my word. Hello? Let me play it again.
Everything. And this is not fair. We are somebody as well as them. I think these people are playing politics. And I don't care who is vexed when I talk the truth. It is the truth. They are playing politics. And people are suffering. People need help. Most of the people that are here, they are from the Pullet Lane community.
So, me don't know about nobody else, but me can talk for me. And me can talk for some other content creators as well. But they are more than capable of speaking for themselves. Yes? Now, I have a genuine advocacy for the people them get help. You hear me always say, I don't business if them a jail, be a PMP. As a government, if you say you're a caring government, you have to deal with the situation the right way. What is the right way? Planning, ladies and gentlemen. Planning. You assess the situation, you know that the school need to open. You agree that the school need to open. Right? You know that you're going to open the school. The school is a shelter. The fact that we don't have an official shelter in Jamaica is a disgrace, but we're going to move on. The school need a shelter. What you do? You have to plan some way over house the people, brother. And people have been saying, why on the door put some of these people in one of the hotel them where the government own that lockdown? Why the government don't do that? You host people in the pandemic. You put people up in hotel in the pandemic. Big initiative for joke people in their arm, eh? So now that hurricane come mash them up. Why you can't use that same energy there and that same resource there to put these people in the hotel? I have heard many people ask about that. What a mischief people are create. When them ask that question there, Desmond Mackenzie and Jonas, a mischief them are create. That cannot be an option, no way, shape or form. For put the people in our hotel. Right? And it's not about handouts. Because I have mentioned these specific people that are in these spaces. You have to shelter them first. Put them to work. There's a whole heap of work that needs to be done in Jamaica. Jamaica mash up down there. So put the people them to work. Find out them skill set. Right? That's our next conversation. But listen to what a lady has said. Come here and say, yo.
It is the truth. They are playing politics. And people are suffering. People need help. Most of the people that are here, they are from the Pullet Lane community.
Pullet Lane.
We journeyed with her to Pullet.
So apparently in Pullet Lane is a PMP community. Because she said majority of the people in the Petersfield shelter are Pullet Lane community. And she's saying that them are play politics. Not my word, ladies and gentlemen. I'm showing you the reasoning of the lady. She look like Gabriella Morrison. Never mind.
Lane.
This is a tent where an elderly man is staying now, and we need help in the community. So I'm asking anyone who can donate generators or anything you can donate to help the people of Pullet Lane. We'll be grateful.
J. Anthony Clark is a shelter manager.
I understand that they are a little bit concerned, and I'm not here to ask them to go. That's not my job. I'm here to stand with them, but tomorrow is the deadline, and I just have to see what happens after.
So hold on there. So the shelter manager said tomorrow is the deadline. Before me play the other video from Bolo some months ago, let me go to what Desmond Mackenzie said. Hold on there, hold on. Let me hear what he say. The title of this says, this video was 17 hours ago, I just play. The one I'm playing now was like 2 hours ago. Desmond Mackenzie dispels information about evicting families. Listen to this.
It is unfortunate that I have to use this opportunity to respond to some dangerous mischief that is being created as it relates to the shelters, especially the Petersfield shelter. This government has never indicated to anyone that shelters will be closed at 12 noon today.
The 12 noon is a specific number. So why the man before say 17 hours ago say tomorrow the shelter go close? Whether it's 12 noon or 6 p.m. according to the shelter manager and the people who are at the shelter, they are of the view and the idea that the shelter is going to be closed. Who is the mischief makers in a Petersfield where I program the shelter manager? Is it the shelter manager supposed to be communicating with you, Desmond McKenzie, and the government and the MP? So why did the shelter manager say on TVJ that the shelter got closed today? Not 12 noon, you know, but today. We just played it a while ago. Let me play it back. Let me play it back.
To stand with them, but tomorrow is the deadline, and I just have to see what happens after tomorrow. Stand with them, but tomorrow is the deadline, and I just have to see what happens after tomorrow.
Jamaica, want to see why sometimes the temperature go up? Because them are confused me. 12 noon or 6 p.m. or 7, whenever the man say, what the man say a while ago?
And I'm not here to ask them to go. That's not my job.
The man say, I'm not here to ask them to go. Which suggests that them can't stay there. But what?
I'm here to stand with them, but tomorrow is the deadline. And
so tomorrow is the deadline for them to go. Context matter, you know. That's how me I read from this. Somebody help me out. Maybe I am dunce. Maybe the JLP is the only one them we can understand English. Maybe Desmond McKenzie and Andrew Ones and the government have the superior knowledge of understanding basic sentence. Maybe that is the issue. Maybe we're having a communication problem. What is giving the shelter manager the impression that the people, him not asking them to leave, you know? But tomorrow is the deadline for them to go. Me not understand, and then Desmond McKenzie ever said this. Me not understand. Me not something wrong, brother. Something wrong. Let me play it. Listen to this.
It is unfortunate that I have to use this opportunity to respond to some dangerous mischief that is being created as it relates to the shelters, especially the Petersfield shelter. This government has never indicated to anyone that shelters will be closed at 12 noon today. There are persons out there who are creating serious mischief, misleading the country, playing on the sympathies and the unfortunate state of persons who reside in these shelters. This government has given a commitment to protect the dignity of these persons, and we have no intention of moving anyone out of any shelters that is being used at this time, whether it is schools or community centers. We are working closely with the Ministry of Education, and those works are well advanced. I want to spend a minute to speak on Petersfield. We have found alternative location on the grounds of the school, behind the school, where we are now doing some temporary work to allow those persons in the shelters to go into that location. Already, there are persons who have been using it, and we are going to be doing some work to ensure that the 50 persons, and it is only 50 persons, that are presently at Petersfield Shelter. Food for the poor and a team from the...
Ladies and gentlemen, according to Desmond McKenzie, them have a area at the back of the school that they're working on to provide temporary shelter. And there's some people already there. So is Desmond McKenzie saying that the people that came on the live on TVJ is lying? They are not aware of the shelter behind the school that they are already fixing up. How long it going to take for fix? It done? It are done today? If it's not being finished today, what does that mean for the people that are in the shelter and they don't have nowhere else to go? Is the shelter still being closed today? Not noon, because noon gone already. It are closed afternoon. Man, they switch up the thing, bro. Man, they switch up the thing, bro. Man, they switch up the thing. Man, they say I miss you with people, man.
The schools are community centers. We are working closely with the Ministry of Education, and those works are well advanced. I want to spend a minute to speak on Petersfield. We have found alternative location on the grounds of the school, behind the school, where we are now doing some temporary work to allow those persons in the shelters to go into that location. Already, there are persons who have been using it, and we are going to be doing some work to ensure that the 50 persons, and it is only 50 persons, that are presently at Petersfield Shelter. Food for the poor and a team from the ministry is down there in Petersfield as I speak, looking at locations to put temporary housing solutions. We are going to be holding those persons at that location until Food for the Poor and the ministry and the other agencies have completed the assessment and putting down the temporary housing. I want to dismiss this as false, mischievous, and a blatant lie, and to call out those persons who have their own political agenda and want to use the plight of these people to get recognition. Stop it. This government is going to push back at the mischief makers, and we're going to call them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, look on that picture here. Look on that picture in our cleaner. What is this saying? Mackenzie stands firm on deadline to leave Petersfield High Shelter, cause for 24-hour police surveillance after school break-in. Is something wrong with me? No, I don't understand. What this I say? What that's me know see one article. I same thing doing I talk about. See the article in the Gleaner? Mackenzie stands firm on deadline to leave Petersfield High Shelter. So, at the inception, he called for the school, for them leave the school. And them are going to have some alternative thing. And what I heard from the people I listen to is, have you given them an alternative place yet? And if there's no alternative place yet, where are the people going to go? That is the concern. You know? So, who create mischief? That's what me want to. I cannot wait to hear the list of mischief makers. And me can't wait to hear what Andrew have to say about this tonight. Me can't wait to hear what Perry have to say. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. Me have to play back what him say now, like I'm find the article here. No, sir. Me go read the article here. This is too serious.
It is unfortunate that I have to use this opportunity to respond to some dangerous mischief that is being created as it relates to the shelters.
Right.
Especially the Petersfield shelter. This government has never indicated to
Never.
anyone that shelters will be closed at 12
Noon today.
There are persons out there who are creating serious mischief, misleading the country.
So you notice him say, nobody gave a directive that it would close 12 noon today. Ati, what's up? Ati, big up yourself. Exactly. No matter which party they need, Verna Wagwan, Martha. Martha said, why we are live for the choose Jamaica government? Martha, you have to behave yourself. You know, don't like up alive and sure up alive. Let me read that article. Man said, nobody gave a directive for 12 noon. A break-in on Petersfield High School has escalated tensions between residents and authorities, prompting local government minister Desmond McKenzie to demand the round-the-clock police presence and warn that government will not put up with continued disorder. Speaking during a visit to the shelter, Friday, McKenzie revealed that the situation had gotten worse amid ongoing conflicts over the planned relocation of displaced residents. The planned relocation of displaced residents. There has been a major break in the staff room here at the school. He announced that they have stolen school personal property, including number of laptops, blah, 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 blah. He has been, he said shelter manager and volunteer had also been threatened. They have been threatening the shelter manager and the person who working here at the shelter. The behavior has now gone beyond level I am gonna accept. The incident, he said, was totally unacceptable. He declared he would be requesting the police 24-hour here school because I am not being prepared. Lives on the matter, volunteer, blah, blah, blah. He emphasized that the school has housed residents in their time of need and further criticized those responsible for the break-in, say their actions appear to be retaliation for the impending relocation. That's what he must say. All because of the fact that they are now required to leave the school. He said government is making provisions for them. Some are willing to go, some don't want to go. Despite all this, said education would not be delayed. Education would not be delayed. School must be in position to begin classes come January. We're not compromising the position. The ministry had outlined 4 relocation options, which were previously presented to residents, including assistance for those who had find alternative housing, support for Lord of mercy. Still, that song there was old school classic. That song not bad. Hold on now. Me I reading it because no one just want to get in words them what him say. Him say them have to leave. You see them have to leave so they can fix up a place for school at January. In the early January school start. So when them have to left. And when I deadline. Zine, alright. But the shelter manager said tomorrow. So the shelter manager confirms that today, December 31st. You see, because it confused me, you know. Because it's like, me I try to be objective to what him say. But what him say, I contradict what the shelter manager say. So again, who is lying? This coming like when Andrew Owner's father say, no go so. A 30 taxi, when in talk to him, a 30 taxi him have. Me don't know what to do, brother. Sister, me don't know what to do. Me continue to read. No, sir. Woy. However, he noted a few of the residents' reactions to the media, which he said suggested would be war and roadblocks or attempts to intimidate the process. I hear that some are saying they will block road. I am not afraid of the roadblocks, McKenzie warned. If they want it to be difficult, I can be difficult too. I am going to be difficult. The minister therefore appealed to residents' sense of reasonability, saying they should proceed with good judgment. Let good sense prevail on this matter, he said, not because of Melissa Are we going to postpone the education of our children? He also confirmed that the Ministry of Labor and Social Security would accompany him next week to interview and re-register residents based on their chosen housing options. When I come back here on next visit, I'll be coming back to say this is what you said you want. What? Hold on there. When was this article? When this article was what the date pan is December 6. Him say when him come back, him a come tell him say this is what you want. This is what you said you want. However, amid the tension, one resident approached Mackenzie to assure him that not all shelter occupants were involved in the misconduct. She explained that many residents were stressed and traumatized, and adding that she herself desperately wanted to leave the facility. Some people don't want to leave, but we are going to put them. Zane, we are not going to compromise any of the 4 positions. We are not going to put up with it. I am not tolerating any more of what is taking place here, he added. So, the people have to leave. That's at the bottom line. According to the shelter manager, and based off what Desmond Mackenzie has said, the people have to leave. But right as now, Desmond Mackenzie has said this.
It is unfortunate that I have to use this opportunity to respond to some dangerous mischief that is being created as it relates to the shelters, especially the Petersfield shelter.
Yes.
This government has never indicated to anyone that shelters will be closed at 12 noon today. There are persons out there who are creating serious mischief, misleading the country, playing on the sympathies and the unfortunate state of persons who reside in these shelters. This government has given a commitment to protect the dignity of these persons, and we have no intention of moving anyone out of any shelters that is being used at this time, whether it is schools or community centers. We are working closely with the Ministry of Education, and those works are well advanced. I want to spend a minute to speak on Petersfield. We have found an alternative location on the grounds of the school, behind the school, where we are now doing some temporary work to allow those persons in the shelters to go into that location. Already, there are persons who have been using it, and we are going to be doing some work to ensure that the 50 persons, and it is only 50 persons, that are presently at Petersfield shelter.
Him say only 50, like say the 50 persons that are homeless. Oh, and it's only 50 persons. You know how much people that live with their family member? If you don't have that something there, you know, people have pride, you know. Some people that live with their family member, as the shelter couldn't hold only 50.
Into that location. Already, there are persons who have been using it, and we are going to be doing some work to ensure that the 50 persons, and it is only 50 persons, that are presently at Petersfield shelter. Food for the Poor and a team from the ministry is down there in Petersfield as I speak, looking at locations to put temporary housing solutions. We are going to be holding those persons at that location until Food for the Poor and the ministry and the other agencies have completed the assessment and putting down the temporary housing. I want to dismiss this as false, mischievous, and a blatant lie, and to call out those persons who have their own political agenda and want to use the plight of these people to get recognition. Stop it. This government is going to push back at the mischief makers, and we're going to call them out for who they are and for what they are doing to hurt these persons, because they are creating fear amongst the persons who have already going under severe stress because of Melissa.
So, Desmond Mackenzie, when you tell the people them say them the school have to open, you know, create fear in them. Why you think you get pushed back? What the lady in the article even say, we are traumatized. When him go there and run up, oh, we not tolerate this and rape because people them responding to him as about shelter for lack. And the school have to go back to it, have to go back to, and school have to go. Yeah. So people when I respond to that and how they respond violently. Allegedly. I mean, even if I people them do that. According to them, then say I people them were in a shelter, broke in a place. I don't know. So when I blame the people, I say, yo, I'm not tolerate this or whatever. And you hear the lady, me just reading an article here, they say, I want to leave here, say yes, but we need to get somewhere better. And the lady I say, yo, we traumatized. People they must traumatize, people have PTSD. If you come tell the people them say, school have to work me, you know, and that's it, you know. We are going to just try work. These are the alternatives. We want to find a video the man. When the man tell you the alternative them man, him tell you the alternative them, him tell you say, is either we are going to do this or if you can find one family member, if you go stay with me. Somebody can send me the link to that video there. Not blessed. I worry for people that of course 50 people, I worry for people in one shelter but still homeless. I don't know if I make it all baby there. I make it look like say you want some simple
This government of Dr. Andrew, this is scary. We understand. We have listened to the persons. We will not, and I repeat, we will not be putting out anyone in any shelters in the 5 parishes that have been affected until we have put down the necessary things in place and we are well advanced in providing the solutions that is required. Mischief, I urge them to stop it because we're going to push back at mischief makers and liars.
The man say I'm going to push back on mischief makers and liars. Mighty God. Who a mischief maker like Freedom News Network, the JLP News Network? Who a mischief maker like them vlogger them? We make up picture and tell lie, blatant lie for Mark Golden and the PMP. Who a mischief maker like them? Them tell blatant, them same man in the government. On the JLP side, tell blatant lie about the facts of the economy. In the past. Andrew said 30 years ago. You remember when they said nobody was being tracked? And then Andrew did say he was tracked and then caught. And then she said nobody, Dora the Express said nobody was being tracked. You remember that? Not my word. And then you go to Andrew and his father. We say this.
Come up. But I'm going to get out of the business and go to something else. Okay. All right. So I have you make work. And of course, this taxi business, which you try to level the people talking about 2 taxes. So I graduated. And when I went to look for him, I said, what you doing? He said, I'm in the tax work. And of course, this taxi business, which you try to level the people talking about 2 taxes. So I graduated. And when I went to look for him, I said, what you doing? He said, I'm in the taxi business. And so how is it? I say I have 30 taxis down the road and somebody will have to come out.
When I see it, I will believe it, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot trust the government. When I see it, I will believe it. Oh, so Martha, you're saying that you heard Andre say that the place that they want to put them is flat, and when the rain fall, it flood. Listen, let me tell you something. No matter what this man Mackenzie want to say, him not kick out the people. Him. Make sure. And them not have no intention, make sure. Me not go discuss whether... I'm not going to discuss and argue about the fact that the shelter manager said today are the deadline for them to leave. Where is this place behind the school? How comes the people in the video I just play don't know say there? 17 hours ago. After people come complain 17 hours ago, you reach out to them, I want to fix this thing behind the school. I just want to know when was the planning, when was it executed? Can we see a picture of behind the school where you're fixing up this place? Is it suitable? Is it safe? And will police presence still be at the school? Because the other day we don't want to protect the property, you know, from breaking, you know. When we did have police that they don't. So we're not gonna have police there when the people them and the people them there the same way, don't. To protect them. Because life more important than the property, you know. I'm just asking. Egla, what's up? Sister Desmond Mackenzie has lost confidence and trust in your government and your administration to lie and thief. Not my word. And I don't have any confidence in them either. Personally. They haven't done anything for me to have confidence in them. Right? Alright, I want to play. This was what? This is Petersfield again. And this was 3 weeks, 1 month ago. Let me tell you the exact date. November 6th. On November 6th, this was the news.
Meanwhile, in Westmoreland, one of several shelters is on the verge of shutdown as there is no water, no electricity, and it's running low on supplies. Kelisha Williams picks up the story.
At the Petersfield High School in Westmoreland, children are everywhere. Not unusual on a regular school day, except classes have been suspended and these children live here, for now, with their families. There are close to 150 people at this shelter, most of them now homeless after Hurricane Melissa. We observed more women and small children. We were told there are 38 children and 6 newborns. We met this man with his 4-month-old. He too is homeless.
I only put one room and we did in there with him. And he mash up bad me have to, his mother have to run with him. I will go in our next house and the way the breeze I lift the zinc, man, we have to run out and run go over when we need a front concrete house and the baby him drop front way with the baby.
He lost everything.
No one saw for the baby. I don't really have no clothes for him. See there, not even socks to put him. No, I have for him right now. No, yeah man, there was socks. More some feeding and pampers. Right now, one pampers here, one pampers here right now. One pampers the pan. I don't even know more. Right now, you got people right now.
The stories are similar among the people staying at the high school. Teachers turned shelter administrators have been doing what they can to assist, like Philippa Walters.
So far, the shelter, we have not gotten any assistance. All we have using now are things that the school had in stock. And we know by tomorrow to the other day, we'll be out. As it is now, we have no water, no running water, and drinking water also. We have to limit persons to 1 bottle of water per day. That's the situation now. And with the bathroom and all of that, it's all a mess. No water.
No water means meals can no longer be prepared. Terrence Brown is also a teacher.
I am now going to go to Savlam, or a team of us, see if we can go to the fire station, ask them for a tank, and if they could come and fill the tank so we could get to prepare meals. And there's no water.
Based on its dwindling resources, the shelter can now only provide 1 meal.
Well, it is overwhelming. It is heart-rending. And the people are here, they are trying their best, but they are frustrated. Anger is taking over. People don't know where to go. 90% of the people who are here, they are homeless. This area, Petersfield, Lagos, Bully Tree, Winner, Pullet Lane, we have people from all over, and their house totally destroyed.
There's also no electricity.
We have to close down by 6:30. Everyone have to go to their room. We are also appealing to the police and the commissioner of police. We have no security from the force. I am now going to Sam to speak to the commander in charge, asking if we could get some security during the night. It is only the security guard at the school we have. So the center is in a major crisis.
Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.
So, why Petersfield, boy, I don't know. Something about Petersfield. I don't know wrong, but something about Petersfield. More I'll find something. Alright, listen to this.
Nobody has come from that day that they came. The Prime Minister of Jamaica came. He addressed us with no form of direction, no form of information as to tell us how he is going to transition from us being displaced into some form of stability. How will he get us back? There was no reassurance that came. I spoke to Desmond McKenzie personally. He said that they will come back and speak to us. From that day, we have not set eyes on anyone to come and give us any form of directive. We have spoken to the shelter manager, no form of update. There's nobody for us to talk to. We feel abandoned here in Westmoreland, Petersfield, to be exact. Nobody has come from that day that they came. The Prime Minister of Jamaica came. Nobody has come.
So the people them concerned about the December 31st deadline. That's another clip. Zine, CVM News. And they must say, yo, them promise a bag of things. Isn't it the MO of politicians to promise things and don't fulfill them? Isn't it the MO of politicians to do that? People, Desmond McKenzie said, nobody is being evicted currently at the shelter at Petersfield. Alright? Don't hear the man. And they might build up something around at the back. And some people already around there. That Desmond McKenzie said. I'm done with it. People of Jamaica, open up on your eyeball and think and observe for yourself. Because I notice some words that Desmond McKenzie I use. And not just him. Dora the Explorer, Andrew Oles. This is something I believe that they have sat down and spoken about. One of the main agenda, I believe, in my opinion, based off statements made and observation. Many statements made. Even Kamina Johnson-Smith says something. Them upset over social media, buddy. Yeah, man. Them, yo, to me, them are gonna try everything to shut down social media. And then when you look at the country, a specific country, where Andrew Ones run go, when no Jamaican Prime Minister never go yet, figure hug up that country there and that Prime Minister there and that President there, and you look at how them deal with the people them will speak out against the wickedness what them a do on social media, and how them deal with them, and you look at how Japan deal with people who speak out against the government and what them a do. That's why I'm going to play that tape here. That's why we're going to transition to that tape here. Listen to this.
Who retail the entity? But Mr. President, the entity has begged for its name not to be released. Mr. President, like many other entities, like many other individuals, the entity and its operators are afraid of government badness. The government badness has been a feature of the approach of the JLP government, as anyone who offers critique or dissent. The citizens of the country, Mr. President, are afraid of the government. You embrace the song called Government Badness and Jones, not me. So you speak to the things you embrace, not me. Not me. I am also aware, Mr. President. No, but the pastor is just a exaggerated reality. It's not the first. It's not the first. Many who have criticized Mr. Holness have been arrested and publicized on the internet.
Mr. President, on a point of order. On a point of order.
I would that to no ear jump up a while. I bet say I come in a Johnson Smith. I bet say at the Red Bull. Fear vice carry me. Mr. President, on a point of order. On a point of order. You remember this? You remember this? Mighty God.
On a point of order, Mr. President.
Ah, she say one to rot. I never even watch a clip. Our vice alone me here. That time she wear mask in a parliament. Mask control what go on.
On a point of order, Mr. President. On a point of order, Mr. President, the senator is misleading the House.
How is he?
And he must withdraw those allegations.
Why? What kind of allegation?
Untrue.
No, it's not an allegation. I could go back to what Damien Crawford said. Those are not allegations. Those are not allegations.
It's an exaggerated reality. It's not the first.
And you know, say Pastor Peter Chambers him attack. The pastor, listen to this.
Not me. Of the country, Mr. President.
Listen to this.
Are afraid of the government.
Yes.
You embrace the song called Government Badness. And
he surely did embrace the song. And he embrace bro God too. Those are facts. Those are facts. Andrew Holness embrace the song Government Badness. Government Badness, Andrew Holness. Go in the street, ladies. I just want to go in the street. All well thinking, mommy, you know, say, you can't do me that though. Mommy, me there upon my life, me say something too loud up there, say, no man. And that's something else where life, yeah, play in the background. You need to get back a headphone, man. So, as me said, ladies and gentlemen, the man embraced government badness, Andrew Holness, that song there. The man embraced the clerks in changing image. All of those things that he did was to relate to what? The ghetto youth them in the street, in the garrison. If you're going at the street and you're listening, you talk, I know some of them youth, the eyes are open now, you know. And about out Andrew, you know. And me can tell you, you know. I know some of them youth, the eye open and about him out. Because them realize, most of it was a facade. I did just forget them vote. You don't notice how Andrew posture changed now. And him tell you, I'm not seeking popularity because what he has power, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ask me who I give him the power and what kind of power him have. That's our next conversation. But now he has the power, ladies and gentlemen. So him no need to come down to no level because him above no level now. You understand? It thing change up. You see me? Yeah, because you know it go. Changes in life. You understand? Yeah. And the artist there too. Anyway, moving on. You what Damien Crawford said?
Jonas, not me. So you speak to the things you embrace.
Yes, not me.
Not me.
The pastor.
I am also aware, Mr. President.
No. More want to understand the transition that Damien Crawford made. The man said, people are afraid of the government. And then he talked about the pastor. And then he said, I am also aware. But you see, the two things are facts and the two things are true, you know. But them don't want the two things being said the same time. Because they make them look bad. But them feel look bad because them bad.
Oh. No, but the pastor is just a exaggerated reality. It's not the first. It's not the first. Many who have criticized Mr. Holness have been arrested and publicized on the internet.
Mr. President.
That's a fact. Police dig up one youth under him bed Me never forget when he go tell Andrew Jones about his mother. Me never tell Andrew Jones about no mother and none of them say it. And people will see me and know me as I talk about say, yo, you're not afraid of the Prime Minister? You're not afraid he can do this? Why the people have that perception they are Andrew Jones and the government? Huh? Who created the environment for the people to have the perception in their mind about the government like that? It's not the PMP. It's the JLP do it. It's Andrew Jones specifically did it. So when Miss Redbone come run up and a joke, point of order, Mr. Speaker, point of order. Like some sense fall. Eh? Jump up on a sit down. It bonnet because of true. The man said nothing with no facts. Pastor Peter Chambers is not the only one. Pastor Peter Chambers is losing life. And if it wasn't for God, Pastor Peter Chambers reached Parliament. Me never know. Pastor Peter Chambers name mentioned in a Parliament. Well, his name never mentioned, but him talk about the pastor. A Pastor Peter Chambers him talk about. When them lock up. That's why I'm come tell him story, and that story must never be forgotten. They might try bury it. Half of the media shut him down. But that story must never be forgotten. That is the first time we have seen in this country fabrics and fragments of dictatorship. First time. That is the first time. And the Jamaican people want to sleep in, want to snore worse than me, Terati. When you not snore, one party can keep out the door, be a statistic on the right on the door and a bang. And I tell them, say, yo, the flood is coming. I want to not hear. I want to wake up. I want to see Andrew Jones are doing things them. I want to go back on the bed and think say a dream or not a dream. I want to wake up back and have amnesia and never remember what I want to see in a real life. That is how blind, dumb and deaf the people them is. You have to under one spiritual spell. You definitely have to under one spell. Remember me tell you that. But back to this.
It's an exaggerated reality. It's not the first. It's not the first. Many who have criticized Mr. Holness have been arrested and publicized on the internet.
Mr. President, on a point of order. On a point of order. On a point of order, Mr. President.
Senator.
On a point of order, Mr. President. On a point of order, Mr. President, the senator is misleading the House, and he must withdraw those allegations.
I hope they may never
withdraw. They are untrue.
They are not untrue.
They are baseless. And
they are not baseless.
Be withdrawn. They should not remain on the record of
No, they are not untrue. They are not untrue.
Mr. President.
They are not untrue.
Today is not the day.
Senator Crawford, look now, you heard what the minister
I heard,
said.
Mr. President. And I can guide her to the...
Senator Brown!
I can guide her to the social...
1 minute. Senator Brown.
Guide her to the evidence.
You have a right to dissent, but you do it in order. Senator Crawford, you have made an allegation about the Prime Minister.
No, the man never made the allegation. The man never made the allegation. Listen to this, idiot now. Listen to this.
You have a right to dissent, but you do it in order.
Hear this.
Senator Crawford, you have made an allegation about the Prime Minister of this country. You're going to either withdraw it or you're going to substantiate it.
The man did not make an allegation. Let me play it back again. And we're going to look up the definition of allegation. Listen to this.
Who detail the entity.
Listen to this.
But Mr. President, the entity has begged for its name not to be released. Mr. President, like many other entities, like many other individuals, the entity and its operators are afraid of government badness. The government badness has been a feature of the approach of the JLP government, as anyone who offers critique or dissent. The citizens of the country, Mr. President, are afraid of the government.
You hear what I'm saying? Anyone that offers the seat or the sense the citizens of the country is afraid of the government. Pause. Next argument. Context matters, ladies and gentlemen. Context matters. What am say after that?
You embrace the song called Government Badness and Jones. So you speak to the things you embrace.
Yes.
Not me. I am also aware, Mr. President. No, but the past is an exaggerated reality. It's not the first. It's not the first. Many who have criticized Mr. Holness have been arrested and publicized on the internet.
And that's a fact. Whether it is a coincidence or not, it is a fact. Whether it's a coincidence or not, it's a fact, you know. Whether it is a coincidence or not, it's a fact. I remember the young lady who do a video and her ears stay so. And all her wall them in her house green. And the lady go say, no movement there, this and that, Andrew Honest, we tired of you. We tired of you. Never vote for Labour right again on one bag of something. Zine, that the girl saying at the video, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not saying that the two things, one thing led to the next. Zine, but it is quite alarming and massively coincidental that that girl did not live past that day. It is alleged that that young lady live in our Labour right community. Now, if you are a Mark Goldie type of leader, where the word is love, where you literally, your countenance and everything about you is one of peace and principle and integrity and good moral and ethics and values, and not combative. You never push no government badness song. You never push the danship type of image or in any way, whether secretly or in the public. Like the other day them come out, me not afraid of nobody. Them thing that we are talking about. Them bash Mama P for all type of thing what she said. Mama P was being attacked constantly because she's a woman. Bottom line. And because, you know, she's not the most eloquent or brightest. That was simply it. Mama P was not being attacked because she now govern the country good. As a matter of fact, you can't even say Antonis is being attacked. We are attacking bad governance. That's what we're attacking. We're attacking the fact that you're uncertified and you have to resign. That is a principal thing to do. You should have never run for no office back, and the Jamaican people should have never allow it. Those are things to stand against on principle. They were attacking Mama P personally, ladies and gentlemen. Personal attacks. So when Mama P lash out, she do her thing. Right? But Andrew Honest come and say, him not afraid of nobody and can make any meme. Brother, may I ask a question? Who is lying? Your father or you? Your father say 30 taxi and you say 2. Oigo. We need an explanation. That's all we are asking for. Because you see, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to ask no further question. Because if I ask further question, it will appear as me I speculate. But I don't really speculate, I speculate. I see clarity. Karen say God is better than man. Tell them.
It's an exaggerated reality. It's not the first. It's not the first. Many who have criticized Mr. Holness have been arrested and publicized on the internet.
Mr. President, on a point of order. On a point of order, Mr. President.
How about Camilla Johnson Smith, so? What was happening in 2021? Out of everybody else that stood up, she jump up like sensor force on a screen. She jump up, so. Man, something not right. Something is not right. Something not right.
Senator.
Something not right.
On a point of order, Mr. President. On a point of order, Mr. President, the senator is misleading the House, and he must withdraw those allegations.
Okay.
They are untrue. They are untrue. They are baseless, and they should be withdrawn. They should not remain on the record of this honorable chamber.
Mr. President,
what can go so? You heard the minister.
I heard, Mr. President. And I can guide her to the...
Senator Brown!
I can guide her to the social...
1 minute. Senator Brown.
Damien Crawford said, I can guide her to the social media proof, sir. Yeah, man, the evidence is there. We can guide her, man. That the man said.
No.
But that is Jamaica truth.
You have a right to dissent, but you do it
Jamaica,
in order.
this is the truth.
Senator Crawford, you have made an allegation about the Prime Minister of this country. You're going to either withdraw it or you're going to substantiate it.
No, sir. I made no allegations. I said people who criticize the Prime Minister has been arrested. I did not suggest. No, I'm saying that I direct you to social media. I direct you to social media.
Mr. President.
Hear this I want to know.
Senator Crawford. Mr. President.
Hear this I want to know.
1 minute. Senator Crawford, 1 minute.
Hear this I want to know.
Mr. President. Here.
What he's saying in any event is still misleading and seeking to imply. There has been nobody who has been arrested for criticizing the Prime Minister. None.
That's not the argument.
None.
All right,
that's not the argument.
The noted incidents is not because of criticizing the Prime Minister. Why the person broke the law.
Who broke the law?
Went to court and was prosecuted and charged.
Who broke the law?
I'm not speaking to a person.
All right, Senator
Senator
Crawford.
Anyone you wish to speak to. Be responsible, man.
I can speak to an individual, Mr. President, who had to come on the social media and apologize.
Senator Crawford, I am not concerned about what is happening in the social media, you know. I'm concerned about what is happening here, and you are imputing motive to a member of the House of Parliament.
No,
President.
You have stood up and said that anybody, hold on, hear what you said. Anybody that criticizes the Prime Minister is arrested. Is that true?
Mr. President.
Is that true?
I am saying that, all right. Mr. President, all right, fine. Mr. President, let's move on. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Sir, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, I've never, Mr. President, I've never,
Senator Crawford, 1 minute.
I've never done this before. This is my second term in the Senate, and I've never done this before. We have to remember that we have an international audience also. That statement is very damaging, not only to the Prime Minister, but to the country of Jamaica.
Mr. President, I will move on. Because there is no, listen. Mr. President.
Mr. President, I think that we have reached the point where you should make a ruling on the matter that is before you. And if the senator proceeds, then you should use your authority under the standing orders to discontinue his presentation.
Mr. President, on a point of order, go on, please.
Senator Crawford, you know, you can put a stop to this very easily, though.
Mr. President. Mr. President,
don't take it back, Damien.
What it is?
Truth or truth.
Senator Crawford is being asked to withdraw.
Yes, exactly.
He has made an allegation that anybody
He
who
did not make an allegation.
is arrested.
No, he did not.
Imputed motive to a member
No.
of the other house and he
No.
needs to withdraw it.
No.
Mr. President.
Foolishness,
With respect, I think you...
Foolishness.
Speaking to you and Senator Brown at the same time. So
Foolishness, Yata. What's from messing with that?
Decide.
Foolishness,
Mr.
Yata.
President, he made a statement of fact.
Fact.
He said persons who had criticized the Prime Minister
have been arrested.
That is a statement
That is a statement of fact.
In any dispute.
That is a fact.
It's not misleading anything.
That is a fact.
Everyone who criticized the Prime Minister was arrested. He never said everyone. He said persons who had criticized the Prime Minister were arrested.
That's a fact.
A matter of public record.
No matter how you spin it, Senator Bunting, it was said within a context.
No.
And I
No.
the Speaker to withdraw the statement
No.
and move on.
Can I say something, Mr. President? Mr.
No.
President,
No withdraw.
and also the answer can speak. I said that the people are afraid of government badness. Government badness has been a feature of the JLP government. Anyone who offer critique or dissent, the citizens of the country are afraid. It was then suggested, when I said that persons who have criticized has been arrested publicly and placed on the internet. So when you check it, so what is there to withdraw?
Nothing. Nothing.
Huh?
Stand up firm,
persons
boss.
who have offered criticism has been arrested. Me not say that is the reason.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
All right.
To do that is to juxtapose the two things together. And then you know are going to ask for persons to interpret that to be. That is wrong.
Your interpretation.
And Mr. President,
The man now mislead
asking
nothing.
you to make your ruling, and if the senator proceeds, then you ask him to discontinue his presentation.
President, before you make your ruling, President, So, President, on a point of order.
Senator Brown, what point of order?
Yeah, you've been asked to rule on a comment by Senator Crawford.
No, I have not been asked to rule. I rule already.
You have been asked to rule.
The ruling is that you have imputed motive to the Prime Minister, who is a member of the other house, and I'm asking you to withdraw it.
Mr. President.
I'm asking you to withdraw it.
Mr. President. Maybe you need to consult answer because that's not what I heard said. But it can't be denied, Mr. President, that some people who have criticized the Prime Minister have been arrested, coincidence or otherwise. That is the reality. Some people have been arrested.
Make them know.
We must avoid this dictatorial. We must avoid this road to dictatorship.
Then turn off his mic.
Mr. President,
Senator,
you need to calm down, Lambert. You're going on that line from Barney.
It was my intention to make it clear that as a nation, many are concerned of the resistance to critique that the government
Arlene.
Give me a chance.
Arlene, what's up?
Whether the government side agrees or not, I had no intention, as it's being fabricated, sir, to have impugned any motive upon an individual.
So if that be the case, withdraw the statement and let us move on.
But we never say it, sir.
Man can't withdraw something when I said.
Withdraw, move on. Good.
Dear man Crawford, they shouldn't do that, dog. Dear man Crawford, they shouldn't do that. Because you never said a thing. May I go back to it. The man never say what them same say.
But Mr. President, the entity has begged for its name not to be released. Mr. President, like many other entities, like many other individuals, the entity and its operators are afraid of government badness.
The people are afraid of government badness with you. Right? All alleged audio with people where they not. Let me tell you something, man. No matter what they want to say in a parliament. You heard what I said? The reality in the street is that people are, as a matter of fact, Them afraid of government body because you say police them analyze the youth them now. There is a perception that this is a police state and that Andrew Holness is directly running. Then in my Minister of National Security now. Then Orange Chang not me right. Bring them in dead or alive. Shoot to kill. Meet the judge or meet the maker. Huh? At 2021 this. But see the manifestation there. Record year of unaliving the youth them. Unalivings by police. Jamaica. Me don't know. Me have got try fi. Me don't know. Me can't see truth and I say it, brother. Me can't know the truth and I speak the truth. Me I go feel like me trapped. Me I go feel like me in a prison. I cannot be that guy. It is not in my nature. The perception that the Jamaica Labour Party has created is one of government badness. And you have legal criminals in this country. Right? Legislators that are criminals. Sharon, how you doing? You gave me a tell you, Sharon. Huh? Let's see me can talk about some. Let's start talking about some man and woman. Yeah, man. Change up the thing. Start talking about growing food. Show some little video and, you know, storing water. Yeah, man. Them things they never start talking. We start looking for some different content. Let's start with some different content. Forget about them people here. People prepare for the earthquake and the tsunami, yeah? Be prepared for what is to come. Prepare for the great shake. Young P say anytime after 26th of January. Yeah, man. And then him alone, I see I get timelines around that. I personally would take it very seriously. This is ridiculous.
Badness has been a feature of the approach of the JLP government, as anyone who offers critique or dissent. The citizens of the country, Mr. President, are afraid of the government.
You notice the pause right there, sir? Anyone that offers dissent, the citizens of the country is afraid of the government. Another conversation. Martha, which content? Yeah, what, YouTube? Talk to me, you know. And that is next thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be doing a lot of promotion. I'm opening up the platform, Bolo VNR 2.0, to promotion. So anything you want to promote, right? That is sensible. Yeah, man. That is changing lives. Link up. Pat W, what's up? Martha, link me, man. I want you, man. Anytime you're ready, man. Yeah, man. I go get involved in the business of promoting now. Yeah. That's what I'm on. Yeah, man. Just make a video. Make an official video. You have to do that. Make an official video. And, you know, we run it like an ads. And we deal with the business part of it. Alright? Yeah, man. And that with the pan right now. Forget about these guys. Forget about it. Yeah, man, I am opening up my platform for promotion, ladies and gentlemen. I have WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp groups. And somebody linked me about the same something. You know, say I gotta talk. Ladies and gentlemen, I am opening up my platform. You're the second person today, Martha, that linked me on that. God is speaking. I am opening up my platform, ladies and gentlemen, to promote sensible things, sensible business, credible people. Yes. Yes. All right, my people. Good. That is the direction we're going. So spread the word. Spread the word, ladies and gentlemen. Spread the word. And trust me, promotion is something that I did before. Nobody works harder than me when it comes to promoting your product and services. All right, my people? Trust and believe. I shall go above and beyond. Yeah, my effort, whatever you pay me, it won't equal my effort. I can't tell you that. Whatever you pay me to do promotion for you, it won't equal my effort. Trust me, it won't. It won't. Whatever I decide to advertise for, it won't equal the effort. It just doesn't. Me go hard. Me go hard. Hard. Feel me I deal with? Yeah, man. Trust me.
Embrace the song called Government Badness and Jones, not me. So you speak to the things you embrace, not me. Not me. I am also aware, Mr. President. No, but the past is just a exaggerated reality. It's not the first. It's not the first. Many who have criticized Mr. Holness have been arrested and publicized on the internet.
Mr. President,
that's a fact. That is a fact. That's a fact. I'm sorry saying withdraw it. But I know why I'm doing it, because he just want to move on. Because I make him point. Because he never say what them same saying. The two statements were separate. It's not the same sentence. And he was responding to something clearly what somebody said in the background. Man said the pastor is not the first. Peter Chambers is not the first. That's just an isolated, exaggerated incident. Well, it wasn't exaggerated. Well, it was. Because the exaggeration was that the pastor said he must DIE. Something to that effect. Right? Or KILL. Right? And according to the pastor, when me hear from him, when he video them, and him tell me personally, is that them cook up the audio, them take him original audio, and then splice it. I don't know who do it. And I said them. Who is them? I never identify nobody. The man said them cook up him audio, twist up him audio, to make it sound like say he said something he didn't say. You understand? That's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happened. So, you know, what am I tell you? Wow. The Jamaican people are the ones that, and you know, this is what I want to go to know. Shaka. No more call him to. I wonder if him live. Him live? See if I can get him. Shaka spoke about a lady. Anybody have the video with the lady? A lady built 8 houses before Christmas for hurricane victims, Melissa victims. 60 home in 30 days. S Hotel build 60 homes, nice. And the point I want to make is, ladies and gentlemen, is if a lady can build 6 houses, right? Let me see if we can get him. Let me see if we can get him. Gleaner. SSL arrested not for money. Me read the article here now.
Join us on Facebook. In parsing the circumlocutory remarks of bosses at the investigative agencies that were involved in last weekend's choreographed arrest of 3 former officials of Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, it is possible to conclude that, at some time in the future, other people will join Jean and Panton in being charged for actually stealing money from clients of the collapsed brokerage house. In February 2023, nearly 3 years ago, Ms. Panton, who was a senior client services manager at the company, was charged with several...
Yes, Miss Up. What do you want to ask him? You want to ask him, you know, what go on, Dana? Happy New Year when it come, man. Happy New Year when it come. Currency. Jamaica will be restored after the earthquake. Yeah, man. Restoration. No, see, gotta break it down to build it back up spiritually. I try to get Colin Bell. I don't really want to ask no question or nothing. You live right now, no? You go live after me. I've got pre that live there. Anytime Rasta there, man, come on, I have to see that, you know. Oh, matter about FinSac.
Several counts of theft, forgery, and falsification of accounts. To be clear, this is not what happened with respect to SSL's founder and principal Hugh Croskery, Mr. Croskery's daughter, Sarah Meany, and SSL former CEO and Mr. Croskery's one-time business partner, Zachary Harding. The accusations against them are essentially for technical breaches relating to how they functioned in the securities sector, such as not having a dealer's license to operate in the securities sector, issuing securities without applying to do so, or registering the specific security with the FSC, dealing in foreign currency or foreign currency instruments without the imprimatur of the central bank, and, in Mr. Harding's case, failing to lodge the charter. Names of directors and beneficial. Owners of his Barbados-registered investment firm, Delta Capital Partners, with Jamaica's Registrar of Companies, as is required by the Islands Companies Act. These claims, if true, would be significant breaches. Yet, it would say as much, or perhaps more, about the incompetence and failures of the regulatory system in which SSL operated as it does about the trio who have been charged. Headlines delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the Gleaner's morning and evening. More embarrassing. Indeed, the situation would be more embarrassing for the fact that for more than a decade.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Bella, and big up to Mr. Ralston and big him up for all that we do on the program or elsewhere, because we get educated by him knowledge, you know, and references. But we just did want to ask if you check your message then, because we send you a message that you mentioned one lady will build 8 house before Christmas. May I try to find that information there. So we send you a message, yeah? Same number, yeah. Yeah, man, respect.
Decade before SSL's implosion towards the end of 2022, the company was under active scrutiny and at times tutelage of the Financial Services Commission, FSC, because of its poor financial health and lax internal controls. In other words, any such flouting of the rules should have been obvious to the regulators. Scrutiny and at times tutelage of the Financial Services Commission, FSC, because of its poor financial. In that regard, last weekend's events should bring renewed focus to former Finance Minister Nigel Clarke's promise of a so-called Twin Peaks approach to the regulation of the securities sector. The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, the central bank, would regulate the prudential side of all banking and finance/securities-related businesses, while the FSC would be transformed to a Financial Services Conduct Authority, FSCA, overseeing market conduct and consumer protection. Since Dr. Clarke announced this approach...
Who is the president of the FSC? I'm going to look that up, you know. Because if it's the same person, the same lady, right? FSC president. If it's the same lady that was the president before, then, I mean, can we truly expect any difference to happen? Or the chairman? No, FSC Jamaica. Different FSC that. Alright, so the Financial Service Commission, Mr. Richard Biles is appointed in 2023, while the Operation Head Executive is Lieutenant Colonel Karen Burrell. Alright, let me see. FSC mandate, system stability, blah blah blah. 2000, let me see, in 2015, let me see, in 2015. Hold on there, man. Probably a wrong something. Wrong reference. No, FSCA, okay. FSCA, have FSCA.
Approach in 2023, the BOJ and the FSC have cooperated on the oversight of the securities sector ahead of the new regulatory arrangement being put fully into place. This newspaper assumes that either the draft bill or the drafting parameters for the legislation has been shared with the securities sector for their input before the law goes to Parliament. But this matter is not only between the government and securities companies and their dealers. Consumers, including tens of thousands of small investors and pensioners, whose money will fall under the new regulatory scheme, are also critical stakeholders. The government, the BOJ, and the FSC have an obligation to fully engage consumers on what is proposed and to get their feedback. Consumers ought not to be left with a fait accompli after Parliament approves the legislation. Own logic. At the time of its collapse, SSL was a relatively small player in Jamaica's securities market, managing around 2%, 29 billion Jamaican dollars, of the industry's funds. 2 years ago, the Financial Investigation Division, FID, an agency of the Finance Ministry that probes financial crimes, reported that the theft from clients had reached 30 million US dollars, 4.8 billion Jamaican dollars, or 3 times the estimated sum.
Why it stop? Why it do that?
All much, understandably, has been said about the 6.2 million US dollars in principal that has been stolen from athletics star Usain Bolt. Over 200 others were victims of the thievery, including pensioners and little old ladies who had trusted the company with their savings and depended on the interest incomes for their livelihoods. Early in the piece, Ms. Panton confessed to skimming from 39 accounts whose paper value was around 700 million Jamaican dollars. She estimated her theft at around 20% of their value, or 140 million Jamaican dollars. Ms. Panton acknowledged that other pilfering would have brought her total fraud to around 250 million Jamaican dollars. If she told the truth, and nothing changed since December 2023, when the FID gave the latest figures for the embezzled amount, Ms. Panton would have accounted for 5% of the stated loss. Put another way, there is another 95% of the stolen 30 million US dollars for which the thieves are yet to be identified, or if they have been, to be charged. Jamaicans are keen to know who the culprits are, and more importantly, to see them brought to justice. Although he did not make the promise specific to this case, they will also hold Keith Darien, FID's Director of Investigations, to his word. He said, "We will continue to work strategically with our partners to follow the facts, pursue the proceeds of crime, and prosecute financial crime in the courts in keeping with the rule of law." Elizabeth Morgan, is Canada quietly forging its own path? Discover more. Jamaican, Jamaica, Jamaicans, Argeliner.
Crawford threatens court action over early childhood education. Mighty God. Me want to hear this. I never get to read the article here.
World news. In focus. Auto. Food. Shipping. Opposition spokesman on education, Damian Crawford, says he is prepared to take the government to court to defend what he describes as the constitutional right to early childhood education, citing Section 13K of the Jamaican Constitution, which declares such education a right of the nation's children. Crawford noted that, while serving as an opposition senator in 2024, he had signaled his intention to seek a constitutional ruling on the government's contribution to early childhood education. He has now vowed to revisit that option if the administration continues to neglect the sector, particularly basic schools. Speaking to the Gleaner, Crawford argued that early childhood education has not been treated as a priority, especially in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa.
Wow.
What is more, he said, no meaningful focus has been placed on basic schools damaged by the hurricane, stressing that the government has a duty to provide early childhood education. Who doesn't consider early child...
Why, when you consider that, and Then they look upon the fact that they give church them 75 million. You have to really wonder. You have to really wonder. We're talking about the children them now on basic school. So if they not allocate no funds for the children, then basic school fix and so. And focus on early childhood education. For them I give church 75 million and I give not just the church, the 150 million for JPS. The money should have reached them school and them basic school here. What do you think? I don't think that is you think I'm being too harsh? Guys, what do you think?
Childhood education as priority is a failed and flawed government, Crawford said. According to him, basic schools, which are predominantly privately owned, have been excluded from post-hurricane recovery discussions. Basic schools are predominantly private-owned, and there has been no communication or conversation about an allocation for basic schools that were extremely damaged, Crawford said. Headlines delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the Gleaner's morning and evening newsletter. On the proximity, he added that these institutions have not received funding and many may not be able to reintegrate into the education system, leaving numerous students unable to return. These students are dependent on the proximity of the basic school to communities because the parents must travel with the child to and from school, so they need to be reestablished in some way or form to the communities. Something which the government has not considered, he said. Fallout affecting households. Crawford warned that the fallout goes beyond education and is already affecting household economics. Parents' livelihoods, he noted, are being disrupted as many are forced to remain at home to care for their children. He also pointed to the long-term consequences of disrupted early learning. There have been conversations about the impact of the education failure because of the lack of early childhood exposure, he said, adding, now, what happens because these schools are privately owned? We have not heard any commitment from the government about rebuilding these schools. Crawford further revealed that he had questioned the Minister of Education during a recent sitting of Parliament about budgetary allocations for early childhood education and was told that none had been allotted. He said Jamaica's provision for pre-primary education remains limited. The right for pre-primary education in Jamaica has only been facilitated by about 35 schools, and this is woefully inadequate, Crawford said. He is now calling on the government to revisit the supplementary budget for education and make the necessary amendments to ensure early childhood education, particularly basic schools, receives adequate support. Ruddy.Matheson@gleanergym.com. Storm hits Sydney Pagon Academy engages shifts. Bartlett.
Why? I want thing me know. Damien Crawford no play when they come and see education and kids them. JDF denounces reckless behavior after soldier discharge. This soldier charged for alleged discharging gun in St. Elizabeth. So them say, yo, what go on? We not support that, you know. We not support that.
Behavior after soldier. JDF denounces. The Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, says it does not condone unlawful, reckless, or irresponsible behavior by any of its members, whether on or off duty. The JDF made the declaration in a statement today amid the arrest and charging of a soldier in St. Elizabeth on Christmas Day for allegedly discharging a firearm in public. The Army says incidents of this nature are treated with the utmost seriousness. 30-year-old Rushane Brown, also known as Shane of Comfort Hall, Manchester, is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and unlawful discharge of a firearm in a public place. According to reports from the Balaclava police, about 5:15 a.m. last Thursday, Brown was confronted by an off-duty police officer after allegedly firing 2 rounds into the air from a pistol. Headlines delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the Gleaner's morning and evening newsletters. A police team was immediately summoned, and Brown was taken into custody. He was later charged following a question and answer interview. The JDF says the actions allegedly attributed to the service member are inconsistent with the values, standards, and professional conduct expected of all service members. It says the Army is cooperating fully with the Jamaica Constabulary Force to ensure the matter is thoroughly and transparently addressed. Follow the Gleaner on X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner, and on Facebook.
All right, JDF now play with them. JDF say, yo, watch on them. Get away, man. Get away. What is this? Jamaican media pioneer Alba Mac Yen dies at 97. Whoa. She look good to you, man. She look good for 97, man. You don't know that lady? Jamaican media pioneer, no? Alma Mac Yen dies at 97. Broadcaster and author died on Wednesday. Mighty God. You know me? Why no man know the hour, the time, or the minute? How many times you see them something happen? This has to be a symbolic moment right here. I don't know what this lady, who this lady is. I don't know her history, but wow. Yen was not only an accomplished broadcaster, but also a trailblazer whose legacy will continue to influence Jamaican media practice for years to come. Her passing represents a significant loss to the profession and to the nation, said Press Association. So this lady is well respected, you know. So this lady is well respected. A pioneer. Pioneer. Let me hear more. Don't tell me say I charge, not charge you to read the local article. Oh, now go on with, man. Watch out. Oh, Jesus. Why now? Give me a chance, no, brother. Nah, give me a chance. Probably true so young. Bartlett hails strong tourism rebound. Huh? Really? Alright. Contributors can apply for 2018 refund from January 1st. NHT. So all our NHT people them go get a refund. Contributors them. Malaver wants mandatory program for learning challenge student. Okay. That's a good look. St. Catherine man charged for alleged Christmas Day rape of intoxicated woman who fell asleep. Oh my God. First of all, raping is bad. And that should never happen. But you have to be one special type of smarty. For grape one woman we asleep and intoxicated. Like you are, man. You are, there's tiers and layers of grapists. And you are a bottom feeder. And not that there's, well, you have the ground and then you have under the ground. You're there under zero, which is -1, down to negative infinity. You're there at the negative infinity. The woman asleep, intoxicated, bro. AIC Barbados confirms US 94 million bondholder payment in January. Wait a minute. So hold on. Mr. Yo, may I tell you something? The NCB is something that's serious, you know. You need a man say I consider to sell NCB. In our article. Yes, in the Observer. Just true. The Observer now go on good on Facebook. Come like the Observer ban me. People, can you guys access the Observer on Facebook? Because I know I can't. It says, let me just read the first part. AIC Barbados Limited has formally confirmed its obligation to make principal and interest payments totaling US $94.09 million to Portland bondholder following weeks of tension, you know, and a public ultimatum issued by investors in early December. We confirm that both payments will be made as a single payment of US 94 million no later than Monday, January 26, 2026. What a date him make a payment? Everything at 26. Huh? The first 26 in the year of the 26. 2026. Not true. Stated that the release to Jamaica Central Securities Depository in a letter issued today, and addressed the JCSD Trustee Services Director Michael Leachin indicated that the figure reflects the combined, you know, say I'm hungry that though. The figure reflects that not sleep. Now you're on the dangerous. The figure reflects the combined outstanding interest of US 19.09 million and the first principal payment of US 79 million. Both originally due on December 31st. Hey, if bank can late to them payment, Bolo can late to a lie. You know me? If the bank can late to the interest payment to bondholder, then me no can late to, man. Mighty God. Wow. Isla cousins on finding your center. That's her name. Isla cousins on finding your center in the new year. Okay. New Year's resolution. Pick up yourself. You should deal with some yoga thing or something like that. Alright. That is man Mackenzie. We go through that already. Alright. Let me check TVJ. What is this now? No gun salutes. Police send strong warning. Oh, that have it tonight. Anybody do no gun salute tonight, them are locking up. Rotted. No man, people get serious, you know? Let's go do one video. You get serious. I know say Andrea got talk about this. I want if Perry talk about it too. No sir, this is serious. Delroy Davis not run right out, man. Hey, you remember Saturday, what's up? Yeah man. Happy New Year to you, my baby. Hope you're doing okay, hope you're doing well. You know, I wish you all the best. Church, they run out for every Wilmington, sir. Make we hear this. As a matter of fact, let me just record it and done. Just go play it and record it. One time. That me do. What me say? One time. Boss, here, baby, boss. Right. Whatever Wilmington boy. Hey, the pastor they after you, yeah, man. Every Wilmington stir up a hand's nest to blows and scare. All like clergyman they after every Wilmington. You know? Every single clergyman. after Everald Warmington right now. Then finally come out. I don't know them. Let me see how them money.
To a primetime news follow-up now. Church leaders are firing back at criticism from government MP Everald Warmington about the $75 million approved to help faith-based institutions and churches recover after Hurricane Melissa. Details in this report. It's been less than 24 hours since government MP Everald Warmington publicly objected to the government's allocation of $75 million to help churches rebuild from Hurricane Melissa. But already, the clergy has come out swinging.
Of course, Mr. Warmington just love to talk.
In an interview with TVJ News on Monday, Mr. Warmington questioned the justification for the allocation by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and argued that many churches are financially stable and should care for themselves at this time. However, Bishop Delford Davis of Power of Faith Ministry International dismissed that claim, arguing that some churches are in fact struggling financially.
I can't speak to the wealth of the congregations or the church generally. One thing I know, church is generally supported by the love, the free will gifts of tithes and offering of its members. So of course, the whole question of wealth being amassed, I can't speak to that. I know churches struggle to carry out their missions because the mission of the church goes way beyond the four walls.
Bishop Rowan Edwards of the Lighthouse Assembly went further.
Not many churches have money that Mr. Warmington is talking about. Many of the rural churches, four walls.
Bishop Rowan Edwards of the Lighthouse Assembly went further.
Not many churches have money that Mr. Warmington is talking about. Many of the rural churches don't have a proper account. They don't have an account. Because the money that the church makes has to be given back to the people who attend the church. So they don't have the kind of money that Mr. Warmington is talking about.
In raising his objection, Mr. Warmington also suggested that the affected churches consolidate their membership with others. Bishop Davis says it could be considered. However,
the very fact that we know that there's a need for the weakness of the church in each community. I would rather support us standing with each community and with each local congregation to make them a light shining in that particular area than to consolidate in certain areas. I believe it will create a void within those communities from which those congregations would be removed.
The pastors commended Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness for approving the allocation, describing it as a timely intervention which highlights the government's recognition of the role churches play in society. But for Bishop Rowan Edwards,
at the same time, we have to realize that people are without roofs. People don't have a place to live. We would ask Mr. Prime Minister that you give the church the money to help their people to put back on their roofs. When their roofs are gone back on, now you give us more money to put back on our church roofs.
In the meantime, the church leaders are calling for constructive discussions, insisting the issue should be focused on recovery, partnership, and national resilience.
Don't have a place to live. We would ask Mr. Prime Minister that you give the church the money to help their people to put back on their roofs. When their roofs have gone back on, now you give us more money to put back on our church roofs.
In the meantime, the church leaders are calling for constructive discussions, insisting the issue should be focused on recovery, partnership, and national resilience.
While states do not run church, and church do not run state, but it's a wonderful thing for church and state to collaborate in all the ways that they can.
In the meantime, clergymen based in rural Jamaica are...
Me now look. Me done say my piece already, you know. Me nah look. Me a wait for Pastor Peter Chambers. Me a wait for Apostle Shuttleworth. Right? And me a wait for Mark Stewart. Me nah look. What me say me nah do? Me nah look. You hear what the man say? The man said the Prime Minister will give them the money, fix back the people them roof, and then the Prime Minister will give them more money to fix back for them roof. Mighty God. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I want to ask a question, but I'm not going to ask the question. Could it be that this partnership between the church and the state, and what he's suggesting is, finish the sentence. Finish the sentence. I not say nothing more. The man said, Prime Minister, give up. Let me play it again. Let me play it again. Right, that's all.
Which highlights the government's recognition of the role churches play in society. But for Bishop Rowan Edwards,
at the same time, we have to realize that people are without roofs. People don't have a place to live. We would ask, Mr. Prime Minister, that you give the church the money to help their people to put back on their roofs. When their roofs have gone back on, now you give us more money to put back on our church roofs.
In the meantime, the church leaders are calling for constructive discussion.
Me nah look. Me done enough. I eat that food for evening. True. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I have a video to post, so I'm going to make up my thumbnail. I know I have a couple of videos to post. Mighty God. I'm going to bless upon yourself. Dezine said if the government do their work, then the church is supposed to have a next avenue for support for the voice. Exactly. You know, listen. Me nah look. I'm not looking. I don't know the ins and outs of the church and how the church run. And it depends on the church. Somebody say, in the comment section a while ago, say, a particular church now call their name, right? Not helping them congregation. Them not supporting them congregation. You understand? So if the church now support the congregation and then the government are going to trust the church to give the church the money, like what the man suggests, fix people roof. How does the, we're calling out the accountability part come in? How does the checks and balances part come in? Why? Some of these church people, man, are just the fact that they the things that they support, me can't trust them. Them is not of God. Some of them is not of God. So two more part. You not hear what the man say, hey, let me go back. Because you kind of missed the first part, you know. Hey, let me tell you something. That brother, the man rush him. The man rush Warmington.
Back at criticism from government MP Everett Warmington about the $75 million approved to help faith-based institutions and churches recover after Hurricane Melissa. Details in this report. It's been less than 20 of 75 with Prime Minister internationally.
Generally. Well,
Bishop Delpha Davis of Power of Faith Ministry International dismissed that claim, arguing that some churches are in fact struggling financially.
I can't speak to the wealth of the congregations or the church generally. One thing I know, church is generally supported by the love, the free will gifts of tithes and offering of its members. So of course the whole question of wealth being amassed, I can't speak to that. I know churches struggle to carry out their mission.
Bishop Rowan Edwards of the Lighthouse Assembly went further.
Not many churches have money that Mr. Warmington is talking about. Many of the rural churches.
No, man.
To a primetime news follow-up now, church leaders are firing back at criticism from government MP Everett Wilmington about the $75 million approved to help faith-based institutions and churches recover after Hurricane Melissa. Details in this report. It's been less than 24 hours since government MP Everett Wilmington publicly objected to the government's allocation of $75 million to help churches rebuild from Hurricane Melissa. But already, the clergy has come out swinging.
Yeah. Of course, Mr. Wilmington just love to talk.
Of course, Mr. Wilmington just love to talk. We're done with this. Me can't wait to hear Andres. We can't wait to hear what Perry has about this or what Andres about this. No, sir. No.
You're innocent.
Hold on there. I want if you play. I want if you cover it. No, in life, you know, so. You don't want, you know, violate the code. Because I'm live right now. Alright. Probably talk about it later down in the show. Because when you come out to the church, you know, say Perry have to talk about it. Perry have to talk about it. Alright. See me talk about the dam operator. Alright. We talk about Crawford a lawsuit, me like that. I'm gonna do some advertisements. It don't look like him talk about it. But anyway, people, big up on yourself. I go watch Perry coming show. You know why I'm do some work. I need to get some photo. Later, yeah? Later, people. Later. I'm going to go listen to Rasta Nyman on Colin Bell show. Later.